This is a block of cheese, and eating it can give you nightmares.
The other day, I was sitting in my car just listening to the radio like you normally do when I heard this.
Breaking news, eating cheese can give you nightmares.
Now at first, I thought this was a joke, so I just laughed it off and went about my day. But for some reason, it just stuck with me. Cheese can give you nightmares. Well, I did some research and it turns out they weren't lying and cheese can actually give you nightmares. Eating cheese before bed has been linked to an increase in likelihood of a nightmare. But the weird thing is, not all studies agree on this. Some studies say there's no evidence, while another study literally shows me the evidence. Make it make sense. Well, I wanted to get to the bottom of this, and what better way than for me to find out myself. So for the next 5 days, I'll be eating different cheeses before I go to bed to find out how they affect my sleep and to answer the most important question, does eating cheese give you nightmares? But before we get started, we should probably get some ground rules. And it probably makes sense to look at some previous studies, what they did and the findings they got.
Does eating cheese give you nightmares? No, there's no scientific evidence to suggest that eating cheese causes nightmares according to sleep experts. But there is one article by the BBC that does say, points to a chemical in cheese called tyramine, which comes from the amino acid tyrosine, which triggers the release of neurotransmitter noradrenaline in the area of the brain linked to dream sleep. So there's an article by the National Institute of Health that says, it did find evidence that different types of cheese can induce different types of dreams. Maybe we should try eating different cheeses then and see what happens.
Okay, so the official rules of the challenge are gonna be 1. I've got to eat a different type of cheese every day before I go to bed. 2. I've got to get at least 8 hours of sleep. 3. The cheese has got to be the last thing I eat before I go to bed. Now that I had all the rules in place, it was time to get the 5 different cheeses and start eating. Now I'm going to keep the types of cheeses a secret for the video, but all I'll tell you is, if you watch until the end of the video, you're going to see me eat blue, moldy, disgusting cheese and potentially vomit.
Oh my god.
But more of that later, as it's now officially night 1.
I like my cheese drippy, bruh.
Okay, so right now the time's about 1 AM. and I'm literally about to go to bed. So this is the perfect time to have the first cheese. And obviously we got to start with the goat cheddar cheese.
Okay, while I was recording this, it was super late and people were all trying to sleep. So I was just in the kitchen trying to be quiet and I didn't really know what I was doing. I started to mansplain what cheddar is.
It comes grated, it comes in blocks. I don't know what else to say about cheddar cheese. Let's eat.
Anyways, while I eat the cheese, let me tell you guys more about the challenge. So once I eat the cheese, obviously I've got to go to bed and sleep. But when I wake up, I've got to quickly run to my desk and write down in my notepad what I dreamt about so I don't forget. And then obviously once I've woken up and freshened up, I'll tell you guys more about the dream. Anyways, it's officially time for me to get some rest, so I'll see you guys in the morning. Good night.
Okay guys, day one has officially passed and I've got good news. It actually worked. So yes, I did have a weird dream. I wouldn't call it a nightmare, but let me just tell you guys about what I dreamt. So for some reason, I was inside of a warehouse and I don't know what I was doing in there because I didn't write that down. But I was inside a warehouse shopping around, I guess. And then I get to a till. So there's a till or a conveyor belt. Kind of cloudy, I don't remember which one it was, but I get to the till or conveyor belt. I don't know if you guys have ever been to Nando's, but you know the red glass ketchup bowls? There's one of those there, and I don't know if I was buying it or what it was doing there. And by the way, the bottle is full. Like, I don't know why, but I just remember the detail of the bottle being like perfect. Like, it wasn't used, it was full. Anyways, for some reason, I pick up the bottle and I throw it across the warehouse. Now, this is like a big, massive warehouse. This is like a Costco-sized warehouse. And I just throw the bottle all the way across the warehouse. Now, I don't know why I've done this. And like, looking back at it, it's so stupid. But I've thrown the ketchup bottle across the warehouse. And I remember vividly, it lands and smashes on the top corner next to a green fire exit sign. Now, I don't know why I remember that detail so like vividly, but yeah, it's kind of funny. And then what happens after that is the fire alarms go off and everyone evacuates the building. And then, to be honest, my dream's gone blank from there. Oh man, that's such a stupid dream. I don't know, like, I don't know if you count that as a nightmare or not, but... Now, I'm not gonna lie, I have some pretty weird dreams. Like, the other day, I had a dream that I left Tesco and there was like 1,000 bald men outside waiting to fight me. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I have some weird dreams. Like, there's no story to the dream. There's no like protagonist or anything like that. There's just a ketchup bottle getting thrown across the store and the fire alarm goes off. I don't know if it was even because of the ketchup bottle or not, but yeah, if you guys eat cheddar cheese, you might set off a fire alarm by accident.
Good God, man! You almost got the cheese touch.
Yo, what's up? It's officially day 2 of the challenge. And not gonna lie, I've been looking forward to this all day. Not gonna lie, I've not had a dream like that in so long. So let's hope the cheese tonight puts me into another coma dream. Now you're probably wondering, what are we eating today? For day 2, we're gonna be eating Wensleydale cheese. Now I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what's so special about this cheese, but there's literally a whole show called Wallace and Gromit.
Wensleydale, Gromit, Wensleydale.
Not gonna lie, that show did make me always wanna try this, so I'm looking forward to it. Plus this has got like cranberry or something on the inside of it. I'm not sure why, but literally all the Wensleydales had something inside of them. There was no such thing as plain Wensleydale. Now I'm not sure if this matters, but the cheese is actually strength 2. So I'm guessing that just means it's gonna be more mature. But yeah, it says that it'll be sweet, so let's find out. Not gonna lie, this is a pretty big piece, so I feel like this should do the job. Let's go. I was just about to say how sweet the cheese is. It doesn't taste like mature like the cheddar yesterday, and then literally just kicked in a few seconds after. Yeah. Now some days I like to read before I go to bed, and this was one of those days, so I thought I should tell you guys about what I was reading. Now in a book called The Courage to Be Disliked, the final chapter was about how life isn't a straight line. It isn't a straight line like we imagine, where you go from start to finish and just go from point A to point B. Instead, it's made up of loads of little different moments of key things that happen throughout your life. Now instead of focusing on where you are and where you want to be, it tells us to focus on the little moments, because when all the small points are connected together, they eventually make the line of life, which we will see. Now my interpretation of this is basically, don't take life too seriously, live in the moment and learn to love your own story, because no one else is going to go through the world like you will. Anyways, that's enough from me. See you guys in the morning.
Okay, day 2 guys, and yes, I did have another dream. Now, for some reason, all I wrote down was 4 words. I wrote sad, repent, and plain smoke. Now, I don't know what that means. I kind of wish I put some more detail into the notes, because I don't remember what sad repent means. I'm guessing I was like upset about something. I was sad and I was walking with someone like on a street or something like that. I was just upset. Oh, this is so weird. I think I was sad about something and I was talking to someone. I look up to the sky and there's a plane and there's like a red trail smoke behind it. Like, you know, during celebrations where they have like fighter jets doing like tricks and stuff, they had that. And for some reason, the plane smoke spelled out congratulations. Now, I think this was to do with me graduating, but to be honest, I really don't remember. I wish I wrote more than sad, repent, plane smoke. But yeah, that's kind of what I remember. A plane smoke and me being sad and walking. Now, I don't know if I was walking with someone or walking by myself, but I remember when the plane smoke happened, someone was like, oh, what's that? And I look up and I just see congratulations with a like fighter jet in front of it. Not gonna lie, I ate Wensleydale, and that's definitely got to be linked to Wallace and Gromit, because that dog was like a secret MI5 agent. He was always doing missions and stuff. So maybe that explains why he loves eating Wensleydale.
Sometimes I dream about cheese.
Oh, I can't believe it's day 3 already. You know, the past 2 days have been kind of successful, so I'm looking forward to day 3. Now today, I think we have a special cheese. Now the reason it's special is because everything we've tried so far has been mature cheddar. Well, I don't know if that makes a difference, but today we're doing something else. Today, we're trying authentic traditional mozzarella cheese. Now, I'm not sure if the matureness of all the other cheeses had an effect on my dreams or not, but I feel like this will probably do a good job at telling us if that makes a difference or not. Now, if you've never seen mozzarella before, this is what authentic traditional mozzarella looks like. It's literally a ball, and yeah, I don't know if you guys can tell, but this is not matured or anything. It's literally just fresh, creamy cheese. Let's eat.
All right guys, day 3, and again, 3 for 3 now, we had another dream. I was kind of scared the mozzarella wasn't gonna work, but it turns out it did. Now, I'm not gonna lie, in general, I don't have this many dreams, so I feel like the cheese is definitely helping. But let's talk about today's dream, or I guess last night's dream. So yesterday I wrote 4 words, and today was an improvement because I wrote 5. Today I wrote bus, full stop, doors shut on leg. Now, again, I don't know what this dream was about. I'm guessing the doors of a bus shut on my leg. One thing I do remember though is waking up in the middle of the night and my leg being trapped. So my duvet was wrapped around my leg and I literally couldn't move it. So I'm guessing in my dream I felt that. So I felt like my leg was trapped on somewhere. I have no idea what I was doing on a bus, who I was talking to, where I was going. I just remember my leg being stuck on a bus. Yeah, I don't know, man. These cheeses are giving me like stupid dreams that make no sense whatsoever, but that's literally all I dreamt about, or all I can remember from my dream. My leg got stuck on a bus door. I remember like 5 or 6 years ago, I had a similar dream where I was crossing the road and I got hit by a bus. And when I tried to get up in the dream, I couldn't walk, or I couldn't feel one leg. And then when I woke up, that one leg I couldn't feel in the dream was again wrapped up by a blanket. So I'm guessing it's something to do with that. But yeah, another stupid dream. Let's see if we can get 4 for 4 tomorrow. I don't know, I'm kind of hopeful, but I feel like my luck's gonna run out soon. Yeah, I guess time will only tell. But it turns out eating mozzarella before bed will make your leg get stuck in a bus door.
Cheese.
Yo, what's going on? It's day 4 right now. It's about 2 a.m. in the morning. I'm not gonna lie, I'm fucking knackered. This is probably one of the most long and tiring days, and I just literally just want to go straight to bed. Before we can do that, I've got to eat some cheese. Now today we've got a personal favourite of mine. They even named the football club after it. Today we've got Red Leicester. Like I said, I'm knackered. Let's get straight to eating the cheese. Now today was one of the longest days of my life, and I ended up sleeping for so long because of how tired I was. I was out all day long, and as soon as I came home, I ate the cheese and went straight to bed. Well, I say straight to bed. Obviously I was tired, but I still had to get my scrolls in for the day.
And just like I predicted, day 4, I didn't have a dream. My luck finally ran out. Now, I've got a feeling this isn't to do with the cheese, Red Leicester, but more to do with the fact I was so tired today, or well, I guess the day before. But when I went to bed, I was literally so exhausted. I guess my body didn't have any spare energy to put into my mind and give me some creativity. It literally went to replenishing my health, replenishing my sleep. I didn't have any energy whatsoever to be dreaming. I literally went into a sleep coma and woke up for work. Now that's kind of annoying because we were on a good run. We were 3 for 3 and all of them were so like weird and creative, I guess. But yeah, such a shame we didn't get a dream today. Maybe we'll get one tomorrow, who knows. It'll be kind of a shitty ending if we end the video without another dream again. I guess time will tell.
The cheese tax, the cheese tax. You gotta pay the cheese tax.
Okay, it's officially day 5 of the challenge. Man, I'm so excited to go to bed tomorrow and not have to eat cheese for once. Now it's the moment you've all been waiting for, the blue moldy cheese. Today we've got Danish blue, oh my god, it's leaking. Danish blue, smooth and tangy cheese. I'm actually so scared of what it's gonna smell like, let alone taste. Oh my god. There's literally mold growing on the cheese. And I've got to eat it. I think the quickest way is going to be a spoon and just swallow the shit out of it. Okay, whoa, pause. Look at the mold on that. Yo, let me Google if I can even eat this shit, bro. What if it poisoned me or something? Hey Siri, can you eat blue cheese? Fucking hell, useless. Is it safe to eat blue cheese? Okay, so the cheese is non-toxic and apparently safe for human consumption, which makes sense because they sell it in a shop. Oh man, I really don't want to, but mama ain't raised no bitch. This one's for science. Oh my god. Oh, that shit. Oh my god, oh my god, the shivers. Oh, bro, the taste is still in my mouth. Bro, this shit tasted like I was eating fucking socks, bro. When I was I can't even look at it. It's literally, there's literally fuzz on the cheese. Like, it's, the fucking mold is fuzzy. There's literally organisms growing, living on the... Seriously, that might have been one of the worst things. No, sorry. Seriously, that might have been one of the worst, if not the worst thing I've tried on this channel. I can't explain to you how strong and different the taste is. Genuinely, it's like eating spoiled milk if it was in the shape of a block of cheese. But there's also like a texture to it. It's like, there's a texture to it. It's like fuzzy at the same time, but it's also soft, like a soft cheese, but... not gonna lie, I hope I sleep good tonight because I feel like I've already had the nightmare.
Okay, day 5, and guess what? we had another one. Now, this dream, I actually wrote a decent amount about it because quite a lot happened and I remember a lot about the dream, which is kind of funny. So it started off with someone coming up to me and saying, oh, do you want to be friends? And I was like, yeah, sure. But the whole premise of them wanting to be friends with me is that they saw me on the motorway, which I don't know like why that makes sense or where I was going on the I didn't even dream about being on the motorway. Just they came up to me saying, I saw you on the motorway, let's be friends. And I was like, I think I said okay, but after this, I literally don't see this character in the dream again. They just like drop off the face of the earth. And another fact is, this person in my dream, the main thing I remember about them is that they were wearing green. That's all I remember. I don't remember like what type of clothes they were wearing or what they were doing or who they were. They don't even have a name. I just remember they were wearing like a bright khaki green color. But that's not the end of the dream. After that, I somehow end up trading cars with someone. Now, I don't really remember what kind of car it was, but I remember I think the person wanted to trade my car and they were giving me a Polo in return, a Volkswagen Polo. I don't know if that makes sense. I think it was a blue one, but I don't know if I'm just projecting that image into my mind. Yeah, I don't remember much about the car or why they wanted to trade, but I just remember driving the car. It was just so smooth. Now, I don't know if that's because my car's been a piece of shit recently, but that car was just immaculate to drive. Like, it was a manual, but I was driving that like it was an auto, butter shifts all throughout the journey. I just remember one detail throughout the whole dream, that car was so smooth. I literally wrote here, I wrote car trade smooth. That's literally all I wrote about the car. But yeah, I don't know, that was the main premise of the dream. I don't really know what that dream was about. I'm guessing subconsciously I want to get rid of this car and get a new one. That was a bit of a weird dream. It was weird because it was split into two parts. Like, it's a shame the person who wanted to be friends and the car thing weren't linked, or maybe they were and I forgot, but yeah, I don't know. Let me know your favorite dream that I had in the comments, or like, actually no, let me know the weirdest dream you think I had in the comments. Not gonna lie, I kind of think the ketchup bottle one was like the weirdest because I just remember the bottle flying across a warehouse. I don't even know if I threw it or not. I'm not gonna incriminate myself and say I did, but I just remember a ketchup bottle flying across and the fire alarm going off.
So what have we learned from the video? Now, cheese might not exactly give you scary nightmares, but it definitely does give you more exotic ones. If you want to dream about throwing a ketchup bowl across a warehouse or meeting a friend who wants to trade a car with you, make sure you eat some cheese. Apart from Red Leicester though, because for some reason that didn't work on me. Now, am I going to say cheese gives you nightmares? Not really. But I will say it definitely does affect your sleep. Either that or my brain's not working functionally and I'm just getting some weird ass dreams for some reason. Anyways, if you guys watched this far into the video, you must have enjoyed it. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Love.
Guys, please make sure you subscribe to Elite. It's very, very important. You need to subscribe right now.